Melanie silsile Mirrowi كمان مصار مسمع كلام البيت ولو السلسلة هي ملتوبة الأوكيا غريب لو بنجاز نقا content creator المرة تل بقدرين لابلو she shares her stories to TikTok and social media and she highlights different cultures, destinations and experiences across the globe. Joining us today is Miss Melanie Brice.
Hello, Ali.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how your journey as a travel content creator first began?
So, hello everyone. I'm Melanie. About myself, I'm a photographer. Like usually I'm used to work in Paris, in France. So I'm from France. And I travel a bit around the world. I try to do the most I can. But like I'm based in Australia for now, for 1 year and working in holidays visa. And like this, that allow me to visit different countries as Palau. So my day as a content creator when I travel is that I record all my journey and then I do the edit and then I do the video and I make it like my life. I want to show to people what I do the day, the tour, the trip and discover the island or the new country, for example.
Wow, that's awesome. What inspired you to not only travel but to like also share your experiences to other people?
It's because at the beginning I was just taking picture every time, everywhere. So at least I was like, okay, maybe I can do something of those video, of those pictures. So let's do something and let's create a new account to show it was for my family first and my friends, like for them to follow my adventures, how I was feeling the trip. And then finally that's why I started to create to like remember of my trips too.
That's awesome. You had like the opportunity to visit like different places around the world. How many countries have you visited so far and which one has like impacted you the most?
I think I visit around 30 countries. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. But the country who did something to me the most is not English, but I mean, like I think I prefer Colombia. Like one of the country I visit I prefer was Colombia because like I even visit just 4 or 5 days. So it was not long, but I don't know, I feel something there like, okay, I love this vibe, I love things, and I was with a friend, really good friend, so maybe we made special experiences, we visit some things there, it's really nice, and I think one of the other one is the French Polynesia, like Tahiti, Bora Bora, for real.
Tahiti people are really tall.
Very, very nice.
Yes.
Very kind. I think I just did this trip before. It was my previous trip last year. And for real, I stayed there like 1 month and a half. It was amazing. You have to go there. For real, it's amazing. I don't know, like this place as my heart, I think. Like I want to go back. And it's look like Palau a bit. Like it's like Pacific Island, but there is culture, it's beautiful place, landscape, water is perfect. So I really love Pacific places.
Awesome. What has been one of the most challenging experiences you faced while traveling?
Maybe traveling with my suitcase in Bali. It was horrible. Horrible. Because your driver are person with a scooter, so you have your backpack, your suitcase, and
you just driving around.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, or maybe when I was young, the first trip I did, like I was 15, and I visit my aunt in Florida. So it was my first big trip, and I was not talking English at this time. So I think maybe it was a big challenge when I was young, and now when I look after that, I'm like, oh, it's okay. It was not a big deal finally. But when I was young, I was the impression that I did something like extraordinary, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
growing a following platform on like TikTok takes creativity and consistency. How do you balance the fun of traveling with the business side of being a creator?
I mean, now I think I'm used to of doing that, but at the beginning it's a bit hard because like you are here to enjoy your trip, but you have to think about which content you want to share, you want to discuss about, like, because if you just, for example, me, I don't want to be just a creator content, like just taking beautiful picture. Of course I want, but I want also meet people, discover the culture, like join the people and live with, and then you have to think about, okay, how can I how can the person can be interesting about like your content.
I see.
So you have to think about that, and I think after now I'm used to, I record all my day, and then when I talk I know what I will say, or so I think you get used to after.
How do you come down to a main topic for your video that you're gonna put out?
It depends. For example, when I've been to Palau, I knew about like the Rock Island view from the plane. I read, it's probably for that I came here, and like I really wanted that. So I knew when I was in the plane, I knew what I wanted to do and to for my video, for example.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you just walk around and be yourself. For example, me, I love being at the contact with the local people. So last time I was walking around and I found Sabina, like the girl on the video. I know many people here in Palau know her because it's a high school teacher.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, I found her, like it was so nice. And finally she explained me many things, and I did a video, but it was very like natural video. I didn't expected this meeting. So then you decide a topic in function of what you live with the person.
Awesome. What are some misconceptions people have about being a travel influencer?
I think people can think that we are lazy because every time in vacation. I can understand, but like after we have the question of the behind the scene, but like I can understand those people, but like it's a balance between vacation and work. So when you really want do your job like consistent with many subjects, and not just be here and just record like your life, oh I'm here, okay, and that's it. I think it's more work than what we can think about. And also people, I think, thinks that we are rich to travel like this every time, but it's not true. Like for example, I'm not rich, just I work a lot before and then I spend all my money on the travel. So I think it's priority. It depends on of what you want, where you want to put your money.
Yes.
But then we are lucky to be able to do this job.
True. Here in Palau, we're seeing more young people be active on TikTok and other social media platforms. What advice would you give to young creators who want to start their own stories online?
For me, an advice from me, if I'm able to give advice to people, I could say like, just be yourself. For me, it's what is work. Like when you do a story, a content, a video, and you have your own specificity or your own, I don't know, artistic direction. I think people can recognize you because you do your things, and I think it's the best to start to take video and photo a lot.
That's awesome. What are some things people don't always see behind the scenes of being a travel content creator, and could you give us some like do's or don'ts when creating content?
I think the work. People don't see the work, like the hour you passed to edit the video, the post. For real, I think I passed like maybe, I don't know, 4 hours a day to do things.
Just editing,
everything. Like when I work, for example, I have my normal day of work, and then after, when I go at home, I start to do my other life and edit picture, and so it's very, very, that's need like many times. So I think that's, and can you repeat the end of the question?
Can you give us some do's and don'ts when creating content? Like, what are some things we should do and some things that we shouldn't do?
I think you should, something that we don't, that many persons don't do, it's like asking people when they record, for example, a video. Now we are so used to take video every time. Me too, it's the same.
Yeah.
But when I think about that, I'm like, okay, I have to ask this person before like film her, for example, because me, I'm used to do that to me every time, everywhere. But like some people in front of you are not, and sometimes you can do like, hey, and then you're like, sorry, like.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to ask the person first. And then it's important also, if you want like natural content, to if you put your phone to record the scene, to feel like there is no fun, you know what I mean? And many persons are not used to have like to be filming.
Right.
To be filmed.
Like to be in front of a camera.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to adjust to that, like this the person can feel comfortable with that. Otherwise I don't film. If the person is not comfortable or doesn't want, I say it's okay, no worries, I continue my life.
Yes.
Because I'm not here for my video, I'm here to share the moment, and if I can't show to the other person this moment, it's good, but otherwise the priority is the person with who I am, so yeah.
How did you find out about Palau, and how have you enjoyed your trips here so far?
I heard about Palau less than a year, like maybe 6 months ago, and when I saw the Rock Island visual, I was like, okay, I have to go there. For real, it's
For
insane.
the Rock Islands?
Yeah, no, it's insane. I think it's one of the most beautiful things I see in my life, maybe. The landscape was like amazing. So yeah, I think it's because social media, but it's not really famous on it. So that's why also I wanted to go, because no one know about this country, and not a lot of content. So I was like, okay, I want to go, I want to see, and like this, it's very authentic. Less tourists you have, more it's authentic, and that's why I wanted to be here.
That's awesome. As a frequent traveler, what was your impression of signing the Palau Pledge among entering Palau?
I really enjoyed Palau from now, and like my first impression of this pledge, it was like, wow, it's the only country that first you don't need a visa to entrance, but you have this pledge to sign, and it's really good, I think, because you're like, wow, you have to be careful. Usually when you travel, you know that you have to be careful to the ocean, to the animals or nature. But it's so special to like sign something to say, yeah, I'm about to respect it and I will do it. So no, it's really nice. And yeah, at the beginning I was surprised. I saw, of course, in social media too, but when you sign it, you're like, wow, okay, I feel like
so accomplished.
Yeah, very responsible now, like wow. So no, that's nice. I think it's really good for the environment, for the country to do that.
That's awesome. What is your like takeaway from your trip in Palau?
Sorry?
What's your like takeaway? What's an experience in Palau that you will keep with you when you leave?
The beautiful landscape first, the authenticity of the locals, and like they are very kind. Everyone is very kind with me, especially like it's so funny because this video everyone tell me, oh, you're the girl on TikTok. So I'm like, oh, so people are happy to see me showing the islands, showing the country like this, because they are happy. How can I explain that? Like, I think the people are happy when you talk good of the country, and when you are happy to be here, and I am happy to be here. I think it's like I feel so wow in your country like this. It's insane. So yeah, I think I will keep in my mind everything like this and the culture.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time to
Thank
come here
you.
and tell us about your experiences. We hope you enjoyed your time in Palau, and I hope you come again.
I hope so. I hope I will be back. I want to go back for sure.
That's awesome. Malay say, kung mal misali tunin yung mal tubet sa sharida al sils, bali maklaran me balman mezdi garip kaya pagkad sils kung mal misulang.